We've been looking for an acreage for quite some time now, looked at a bunch of property and finally found something down southeast of Dallas, close to Corsicana. In this video we are driving down to the property to meet inspectors, as well as to take soil and water samples for analysis. Growing vegetables is important to us, and we really don't want to get into something that's contaminated. Here's a panoramic view of the property from Single Wide. So it's a prairie basically with a lot of potential. And that's looking at the backyard. Haing is going to walk you through that.
We're in the back of the property, so the house is way over there. So the back is pretty much wooded area at the end of the property. So you can see the fence here and the neighbor. So toward the end of the property, there's a seasonal creek. Right now, this year we have quite a lot of rain. So right now the water level is still pretty high. But in summer, I guess we're kind of summer now, but usually probably in summer this creek will be completely dried up. This is at this property we plan to make a food forest. So before we do that, the first thing we want to do is to test the soil. So make sure the soil is healthy and all that stuff. To take a soil sample, you basically use a shovel or a sharpshooter, and then you cut a V-shape hole. So please go ahead and dig the hole. So this clay is very dense, so it's a little bit difficult to dig the hole.
Yeah, it's a blackland prairie we had.
And the hole needs to be more than 6 inch. Okay, so now the hole is deep enough, so what you want is to get about 1 inch of slices off the wall. So you go push the sharpshooter straight down and take it out flat. So that's what you got. Okay, and now you take a shovel and remove the edge. So leave about 1 inch from the center. So it's hard to cut it. Okay.
Do I need to take the organics material off?
No, that's fine. That's fine. Just take
the whole thing?
Yeah. Then you take the center. That's a little. Usually it's okay. Yeah, that's fine. And dump in the bucket. So now we got all the samples. 1 pint size sample in the bag. And you want to label it. So if you have a multiple bags, you want to label number 1 or whatever number you have, or number 2. And each bag should have this form to accompany it. So fill out the form and send to the Texas A&M Agri Department. This property also have a pond, or what in Texas we call stock tank. For testing the water, again the same thing. We will send the water sample to Texas A&M for testing. So you can use just a regular water bottle, clean ones, and you want to wash it with the native water 3 times. From the pond.
So we got our soil and water test samples back from Texas A&M, and things look pretty good.
Acid generating salt and free carbon dioxide lower.
Iron may be dissolved
Arsenic may be found in groundwater.
cadmium.
Cadmium is primarily found in surface water as a...
Looking at the soil samples, the pH is 7.5, which is slightly alkaline, not a surprise in the Houston black clay area. We also do have low nitrogen. That's very typical for the area, so we will have to do some amendments. Phosphorus is at critical level, meaning we don't need to add any phosphorus, as well as potassium and calcium. They are critical level to high, so we are good there. And everything else looks good for the soil. Looking at the water samples, again, everything's below the critical level, or the level that we would have to be concerned about. The things that, of course, we are very interested in, since we want to grow vegetable for our own consumption, is the heavy metals, lead, cadmium and arsenic. All of them are very well below critical level. Arsenic 0.004 ppm, which seems to be at or below the measurement limit. So we are all good. We're pretty excited about that. There are no red flags on this property, and we're excited to go ahead and close the deal.